Now, Nico Robledo III is one of the top amateurs in the United States and soon hopes to earn his spot in the 2024 Summer Olympic Games. But the local boxer from Wilmington and his family have overcome a tremendous tragedy and circumstances to now be on the cusp of his Olympic dream. Here's our Chris Hayrie now, who has more with Nico and his family story.
There's very few people watching this that have experienced what you experienced with your parents. Can you put that into words, what that was like for you?
Everybody has a story of their own. My story, my mom passed away due to COVID in 2020. When my mom was fighting for her life and when she passed away, it didn't feel real at all. Like, it felt I was, it just didn't feel real. I would never think that, this will happen until, one day it happens. And that's when I realized, that the love of a mom, of your dad, it's very important. But when you're younger, you don't really appreciate each day that goes by that you have them. And with my mom passing away, it really taught me a lot, to appreciate my parents more, my family more. Not like I didn't before, but it just taught me to enjoy every moment that I had with them.
With newfound appreciation and love, Nico faced another crisis a year later in December 2021. When his father also contracted COVID.
Later on that night, in the middle of the morning, he had got up and he had went to the hospital because my dad couldn't breathe anymore. So, for me, this was just the beginning. I was scared, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. And then, one day turned into 5 days. And then 5 days turned into, 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks turned into a month. And then next thing you know, my dad's in a coma. He's fighting for his life.
I watched the video. It was a Rocky video, Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger. I remember listening to it, and that song just motivated me to continue fighting because I always been a fighter since I was a kid. And I told myself, you know what? I'm 48 years old. The hell with this? I'm not ready to go. I'm gonna fight. And I said a little prayer to God. So I went asleep in a coma, thinking I was gonna fight. And thank God, I went like that, and here I am now.
When your dad woke up, how did your mindset change? It's almost like, okay, my dad has a new lease on life.
It made me want to go harder every day. And I said this before in the past, like, there's times where I'm tired hitting the bag, or like I told you, there's times where you get up and you don't feel like, sometimes your body's just dragging. It's one of those drag days. I turn to my mom, I tell her, be with me. I turn to God, be with me. And I think of the pain that my mom was in and the pain that my dad was in. And their pain was nothing compared to, what I'm feeling now. And what I'm doing, it's for not only my future, but for my dad's future as well.
Nico's father overcame his battle with COVID and is now back to coaching his son as they look ahead to the Olympic trials next month. And Nico has extra motivation pushing him to try to achieve his Olympic dream.
What do you think your mom would say to you right now as you are on the cusp of going to the Olympic trials and being an Olympian?
If she could see me today, I think she'll be really proud of me, and I just wish that she was here now and she could see everything, and people, her friends, my dad. Just I wish she was here to see.